Question number 9, Sarah Dowie.
Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Minister for Building and Housing and asks, what progress is the government making in increasing the pace of new house construction and expanding government support for first home buyers?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr. Speaker, the number of new homes consented in 2014 topped 24,000, or over 2,000 per month. This is double the rate of 1,000 per month when we became government in November 2008 and is the highest number in years. The $9.5 billion investment in residential construction last year is the highest on record in both real and nominal terms. The biggest increase has been in Auckland and Greater Christchurch, where we are now building over 600 new homes per month in each. This rate in Auckland is treble the rate of 200 per month when Labor left office. The rate of house builds in Christchurch is at an all-time high and has doubled since 2012, showing the momentum of Christchurch's housing recovery. The next step is our KiwiSaver Home Start scheme, which will assist 90,000 young families into their first home. This $430 million program starts on 1st of April and doubles the support for buying a new home.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Sarah Dowie.
What other reports has the Minister received confirming the strong growth in residential construction?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr. Speaker, the GDP data for the constructing sector shows growth of 12% in 2014 to a record $14 billion per year. The National Construction Pipeline report shows growth expected this year of a further $4 billion, a further $3 billion in 2016 and another $2 billion on top of that to an expected all-time high in 2017. The Household Labour Force Survey data is equally positive. This is showing job growth in the construction sector of 21,000 additional building staff over the past 3 years. We now have 136,000 people working in the building industry, which is the highest number ever for New Zealand. I'm also encouraged by the growth in building apprenticeships, Mr. Speaker, which saw an all-time high last year of 5,500 new apprenticeships. This is 70% up on 2013 and more than double the number of the average government.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Sarah Dowie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister, does the Minister agree with the conclusions of the Productivity Commission in 2012, the Mutu study and the Master Builders study this year on house prices, that the largest cost increase over the past 2 decades has been in the price of land and sections? If so, what steps is the government taking to address this?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Yes, the government does agree that the biggest problem is around land and section prices. That is why in 2013 we passed the Housing Accords and Special Housing Areas legislation that has now seen 100 special housing areas gazetted with a capacity over 43,000 homes. The longer term response has to be reform of the RMA. It is the primary legislation that governs subdivision, the supply of sections and rules controlling intensification and also redevelopment. Our proposed amendments will speed up the plan-making process, give greater weight to housing supply and affordability and streamline the consenting process.
Question number 10, Phil Twyford.